Now, our learning target for this section said I can graph a quadratic without a table. And when we're graphing without a table, what three things do we need to be able to graph? Who can name one of the three things?
Vertex.
The vertex, good, take a point. Somebody else name a different thing.
Axis of symmetry.
Y-intercept and axis of symmetry, good. Both of you take a point, great job. Yes. No, that is for, that needs to go in the top drawer. Are we ready? Okay, so let us start with this quadratic. Y equals 2x squared plus 4x minus 3. So what's the first thing that we need to find? What did you say? Because it sounded like a bad word.
No, I was about to say it, but like I didn't know if I was right or not, so I was like,
With an S at the end?
Not the F.
Okay, baby. All right, so the first thing that we find is our axis of symmetry. And what is the formula for axis of symmetry?
Isn't it some D equals
Negative B divided by 2A.
Negative B divided by 2A. Good, take a point. So the first thing we do is we find our axis of symmetry. I can't see if y'all can see the orange. Can y'all see the orange, or do I need to switch colors? Because I can't. Need to switch colors? Okay. Alright. Alright, so the opposite of B. Remember, we use this when we are solving in standard, or when we're graphing when it's in standard form. And standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. Can you see that green, or do I need to switch colors? Alright, awesome. I'm just going to get my other colors. I'm running out of my pens, or I'm dying in that pack. Right here. Where is Ever? Is he absent today as well? See? Are you just telling me that?
No.
Okay. Alright. Can you see it better if I write with this pen? So much better? Okay, super sorry. Alright, so remember, it's ax squared plus bx plus c. And it's the opposite of b. So what is our b here? No, it's positive 4. And what's the opposite of positive 4? Negative 4. Okay? Divided by 2 times. Now, what's our a here besides Jorge? 2. And it's always the number in front of x squared. Alright, 2 times 2 is 4. And negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1. Good. Now, this gives us our axis of symmetry. And I don't really have an orange. I don't know what happened to my orange marker. Is that better? Yes.
What did you get the negative 4 from?
On the top? Because you take the opposite of this.
Okay.
Alright, so this is the x value of your, write this down. vertex. X value of your vertex. Turn around. Turn around. And rank. And also, that's not your seat. That was your seat yesterday. That was your seat yesterday. Aki. You do not want to fight that fight. You are the size of my thigh. I will beat you up. Come on.
Oh no.
I'm gonna get it. Oh, that was last week too. I'm glad it's over with.
All right. So we found the X value of our vertex. Now, step 2 is what? The y-intercept. Awesome, guys. And why is it -3, Damien?
Because at the end, that's the problem. C.
Yes, good. Take a point. It's always this number. So when it's in standard form, it's always C. This is your y-intercept. And what is the coordinate for our y-intercept? It's not just -3. What's our x value? No, guys. It's 0, -3. Because it's your y-intercept. So you're moving up on the y-axis. So it's 0. No, this is the x value of our vertex. This is not our vertex, is it? What is this? 2 different points. All right, and what is the third and final step before we graph? Vertex. So we have to plug in to get our vertex. Now we're going to plug in the x value from right here into our equation to get our vertex, which we struggled with. So we're going to do this until our ears bleed. Does everybody understand? So y equals 2. What am I going to replace x with? Negativo 1.
Más.
Squared más.
4. Paréntesis.
Parentheses.
1. Paréntesis. Menos 3.
Good. Take a point. So everywhere we saw an x, we plugged in -1. Now, what do we do from here? Are we done at this step, or do we need to work it out? We have to work it out. So what's -1 squared? And what's 1 times 2? Okay. What is 4 times -1? Does everybody see where we got these numbers from?
Yes.
All right. What is 2 minus 4?
Negativo 2.
-2. And what's -2 minus 3? All right, so this gave us, I'm going to switch to, all right, so this gave us the y value of the vertex. So we found the x value of our vertex here. We found our y-intercept, and now we found the y value of our vertex. So we're going to put these two together, right here, and right here, and we're going to make a point. So it's -1, -5. That's our vertex. Now, do we have everything we need to graph? We do. So let's graph. Now, we have -1 and -5. So we're going left and down, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm going to draw my y-axis right here. And I'm going to move my x-axis up. Because I don't need all this space above here. I don't care about that. And this is my x-axis. This is my y-axis. Oh, I just needed to cough for a moment. Okay, are we ready? All right, so the first thing we do is we draw our axis of symmetry, which is at -1. So that means we go left 1 on the x-axis, and we draw a vertical line. Now, a lot of you on the quiz wanted to put a point here. Do not put a point there yet. Do not put a point there yet. We're just drawing our dotted line. That's it. That's all we're doing. Does everybody understand? Okay, now we're going to plot our y-intercept. Since it crosses the y-axis, we would just go down 3. Now, Reggie, you asked where the 0 came from. Did we move left or right any? We just went down, correct? So that's why it's 0. And it's always 0 and then the number for your y-intercept. Always. Okay, what's the last thing we need to plot? -1, -5. Good, take a point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because that is your vertex. Now tell me, do we flip across the axis of symmetry or the y-axis? Axis of symmetry, because that's what cuts it in half. So you use this as your mirror. If this point is 1 unit away from your axis of symmetry, that means that it's going to move 1 unit away over here. And do we connect it in a U or a V? A U. Ta-da! How do we feel? Then why did that take us 2 days for 4 problems?
Okay.
It took 2 days for y'all to do this. Okay, well, that's why we retain knowledge. It's called education. Crazy! Alright, let's stop that, you weirdo. Alright, let's try another one. Do y'all want to go crazy? Or... Okay, why are y'all being such babies?
Loco, miss.
Loco? Okay, see? Alright, y equals 2 minus 12x plus 6. 2x squared minus 12x plus 6. I need my water. Also, no one is allowed to eat here except me, because 1, I'm pregnant, and 2, y'all get chips all over my floor. And I'm not your mama, and we're in a brand new school, so no food is allowed in here anymore. And sunflower seeds. Who puts sunflower seeds on the ground? Nasty children. Ooh. Alright, are we ready? We're doing this together, not on our own. We're doing this together. Step by step together. So the first step is to find what? The axis of symmetry. Take a point. So x equals the opposite of b divided by 2a. Every single time. Alright, now what is our b this time? Our b is negative 12. And what's the opposite of negative 12? Positive 12. So you have to take the opposite. And some of you did not take the opposite on your quiz. You have to take the opposite. Divided by 2. Now what's our a? 2. Wait. Yep, 12 divided by 4, which is 3. Now what did, yes, take a point. What did this give us? What is this? What is 3?
Is that a y-intercept?
Nope. What did we just find? Axis of symmetry. Both of you get a point. And Sarah, were you also saying it's the x value of the vertex? Good. Take another point. Yes, darling? Just a second. I want you to make sure that you write this down. Write down the red. So that's our axis of symmetry, which is the x value of our vertex. All right, now Reggie is going to tell us step 2, which is finding our what? Reggie got a voice that sounded a whole lot like Damien's. Reggie, what is our y-intercept? 0, 6. Love it. And where did you get the 0 from? Because it's always 0. Yes. And where did you get the 6 from? Yes. Awesome. Great job. Take a point. Now, Damien, can you tell me, please, sir, what I do from here? I found my axis of symmetry. I found my y-intercept. Tell me step 3. That is extra loud today.
You gotta find the numbers.
Yeah, you do gotta find the numbers. Which them numbers?
That's just right there. I'm looking at it. I don't know how to say it.
Do you see the blue?
Yep. Value of the vertex.
What is this first letter?
Y. Value of the vertex.
So what are we finding?
Value of the vertex.
The y value of the vertex. How do I find that? What do I do with them numbers?
Multiply a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Okay, so I'm going to take my 3 and I'm going to plug it in, right? Okay. So you get y equals 2 times 3 squared minus 12 times 3 plus 6. Right? I don't know yet.
How do you say right in Spanish?
I did minus 12.
Negative 12.
I did. I did it right. I wrote down minus 12. I wrote down minus. I wrote down plus first, and then I changed it to a minus. How do you say what?
Right. That's right.
No. What? Correcto? Okay. But roll your R's so that it sounds beautiful like when Jorge says it. And Damien, are you on your phone or is that your calculator? Okay, I'm just making sure you're not being sneaky, son. All right, what is 3 squared? I'm sorry, what is 3 squared?
9.
And what's 9 times 2? 18. That's what when I wanted 18. All right, and what's negative 12 times 3? What's 12 minus 36? I mean 18 minus 36. I got excited. And what's negative 18 plus 6?
Negative 12.
All right, so we found our axis of symmetry, which is the x value of our vertex, our y-intercept, and then, yes, we found the y value of our vertex. And as Reggie told us, we write it as a coordinate, 3, negative 12. Reggie, you get to take a point. You guys hear that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to draw mine over here on the left side. You draw yours wherever you have room. So we need to be able to go down 12, but also up 6, correct? Because our y-intercept is positive 6. So I'm going to draw, this is going to be a big parabola. Parabola.
Sounds like an organ.
Yes. Okay, now what do we draw first when we're doing this? On our graph. Axis of symmetry, take a point. And where is our axis of symmetry at? Where is our axis of symmetry at?
3.
3. It's this one. And is it on the x or the y axis? The x. Good. Because we wrote x equals. So we come right here, we go right 3, and we draw a vertical line. And now I graph 0, 6. Why do I graph 0, 6? Yes. So I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what's the last thing I plot before I have to flip it? 3, negative 12. So go right 3, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, do we have enough points or do we need another one? We need one more. And do we flip it across the axis of symmetry or the y-axis? Axis of symmetry. Every single time. So if it's 3 units away here, how many units are we going to shift to the right? 3. 1, 2, 3. And do I connect it with a U or a V? A U. But we're going to do it. We're going to persevere in the face of danger. Ta-da! Now, why did both of those open up?
Because it was positive.
What was positive?
Because the first number.
The A. Yes, Natalie, take a point. The A was positive. If this is positive, it opens up. Are you ready to do one that opens down?
Yes.
Let's go crazy. But since we struggled with this for 2 days, We're going to keep practicing.
When were these 2 days?
Friday, Monday. And some of yesterday.
Friday and Monday?
Friday, Monday, and some of yesterday. So that's...
How about
All right, ready? Let's flip it. Go to problem C. This is 36D, as in dotato.
Donut.
Ooh, donut sounds lovely. I'm hungry. You're always hungry. All right, are we ready? Y equals negative 3x squared plus 6x minus 5. Oh, we're still doing this one together, just to let you guys know.
Oh, you are?
You are not already done. Heifers, I just wrote it down. Calm yourselves. Calm yourselves. All right, number 1 is what? What's step 1? Axis of symmetry, which is the opposite of B divided by 2 times A. What is the opposite of B here?
Negative 6.
Negative 6 divided by 2 times what?
Negative 3.
Negative 3.
No.
For those of us that worked ahead, did we get 1?
I
Yup.
got it. So did you get to negative 3 from the A?
I did. Because it is still, that's a great question, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And what form is this called? Standard. Take a point. All right, Mackenzie, tell me what step 2 is. The y-intercept. Thank you, Damien. You get a point. All right, and what is our y-intercept here? Mackenzie is going to tell us again since Damien tried to steal her thunder. Negative 5. And we write it as a coordinate, so it's 0, negative 5. It is. But we, I know. Breathe. Let's do our next step. And what is the third step? Bum, bum, bum. I was going to let Ethan answer. Ethan, he's trying to be friends with you, and it's okay if people be friends with us. Now tell me what step 3 is. Richard, can you be quiet so he can help us answer? All right, Ethan, what's our third step? Plug it in?
Yeah.
All right. Plug it in to get the y value. So y equals negative 3 times. What are we plugging in for x this? Also, Ethan, you get a point. What are we plugging in for x this time? Eric. Eric. What are we plugging in for x? What did we find? X? Yes, take a point. Y'all got to learn some patience and let people have a minute to think. All right, plus 6 times 1 minus 5. All right, what's 1 squared?
Say, oh.
What is 1 squared?
No.
And what's 1 times negative 3? Negative 3. Natalie, why are you saying it as a question, baby?
I was thinking.
Okay. And what's 6 times 1? Minus 5. Okay? We ready? What is negative 3 plus 6? And what's 3 minus 5? Negative 2. Do you think maybe after this one we might be able to do one on our own? I don't know why y'all are saying please, like we didn't just spend 2.5 days on a quiz where you're supposed to do it all on your own. Bunch of crazies. Alright, and then I need to draw my x and y axis. Now my y-intercept is at -5, correct? So do I need a lot above the x-axis? Nope. And is this parabola going to open up or down? Why? Oh, it's like I've taught you something. You've learned something. Okay, and what do I graph first? Positive 1 with our axis of symmetry. Is it vertical or horizontal? Vertical.
How come we never did no horizontal?
Because we ain't never going to do that in this class. That's a different function.
What kind of function?
It's not a function, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's an ellipse. And we don't care about that.
You said lips.
Ellipse. Okay, weirdo. Okay, now what do I plot next?
1 negative y. Oh, wait.
Negativo 5. So, are you eating when I just said to not eat in my classroom?
No.
Are you chewing gum? Trash can.
Mañana, mi.
Hoy. Hoy.
Ahorita.
Ahorita. Gracias. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ándale. Ya.
I'm not playing.
Yo sí.
Okay, now I've plotted I plotted 0, -5. Now what do I plot? 1, -2. Now, if our vertex is above the y-intercept, the graph goes down. If the vertex is above the y-intercept, the graph goes down. Does everybody understand?
No. No.
¿Por qué no?
Porque no entiendo nada. Porque no comprendo.
That is not a true statement. Now, if this is 1 unit away, how many do we need to shift to the right?
No. Uno, mis.
Dun, 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 dun.
The water A. Quedó.
Do we have any questions before we attempt one on our own? Speak now. All right, problem D. Crazy or normal? Crazy? Oh, I love it. We're doing it. No, we're not. Well, maybe. Maybe.
Yo tengo hambre.
Yo también.
Mañana me deja comer. Vamos a chingar unos tacos. Mi carnita. ¿La carnita? Asada. ¿Cuándo vamos? ¿Se va a hacer o no se va a hacer?
All right, see if you can do this one.
No veo. It's so hard.
I know.
¿Sí ve qué es eso?
Now it's recording you.
¿Sí ve? Oh, me estaba recordando a mí.
Puta, los números igual de feos que los míos, man.
-3. Because
¿Por qué no le pones el otro paréntesis?
ay, güey. Y intercept es 0, 7. Number 3. What's the number 3?
Y, igual.
-1. No me
Tienes que
importa.
poner la fórmula primero, baboso. Bueno, hazlo ya, pero
No es cierto, güey, porque ahí no la tiene. Así muchachos. Con este estilo. Más 7.
May, mira lo que estás moviendo con la flecha.
¿Ves? Aquí yo nomás le voy a poner el resultado. Igual 10.
No.
Yo ya le puse. Nah.
¿Y quién te dijo que era 10? Es 11. Es 11. Pregúntale a la maestra. Porque parece 70.
That looks like it's 70.
Te dije.
There we go.
Eso es 10.
I
Por
know
favor.
what it is, but I'm telling you, it looks like it's 70.
Yo no sé cuántos me hago.
10 hacia abajo. Hazle 11 para que quede.
Yo no sé
Cuéntalos.
¿Cuántos más? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Otro. Ahí ya, pendejo.
No sé. Estoy moviendo el ratón también, güey.
Vaya.
Mira, primero, ¿cuánto es, güey? Primero es el 7. ¿Es este? No, 0. ¿Qué? 2, 6, 7. No,
Seguro que
hold on. Sí. Pero faltó primero el menos 1, güey. Pues el 1, güey.
El 1.
Ey, yo.
Sí, primero.
¿Ahora cuál es? 10.
1 y 10.
Digo 10.
Pendejo. Seguro.
No sé, güey.
1, 2, 3, ya, güey. Oh, solo haz uno acá.
Ah, es acá.
Acá, pendejo. Luego ya es la U.
Así de. Ahí está.
Thank you.
Eso es una Venice.
Bien.
5 points means for me.
1 point. Alright, I know it bothers you when people don't go all the way down and make it perfect. But, okay. Thank you. Okay, now let's walk through. I know that some of us are done and some of us are not done, but let's walk through this problem. The first thing we did was we did the opposite of B divided by 2 times A. So we did 6 because it's negative 6, the opposite is positive 6, divided by 2 times negative 3, and we got negative 1. Mackenzie, it's okay. Breathe, baby. You wrote it right. You just did a negative, which makes a positive. You're fine. So leave yours that way. Does everybody see how we got negative 1? Did everybody else get negative 1? Fantastic. Step 2 was getting our y-intercept, which was 7, because it is always this number. Always this number. Step 3, we plugged in. He did negative 1 squared times negative 3, which gave him negative 3. You're fine. Negative 6 times negative 1 gave us positive 6, plus 7, and then you get 10. So you wrote it as negative 1 to, I know it's a Diaz. 10, not 70. Yes, beautiful. All right, so then you draw your axis of symmetry, which was this line right here. Everyone got to that point, and then some of us lost our minds. All you had to do was draw this line, okay? We did that. Then go to your next, so we drew that. Go to this next point, 0, 7. So you go up 7 on your y-axis. This is x, this is y. Then you plot your vertex. Your vertex is on your axis of symmetry. It is on the axis of symmetry. It is on the axis of symmetry because this is the x value of your vertex. It is on the axis of symmetry. So you go left 1, up 10. And then if we're 1 unit away here, we have to be 1 unit away here. You flip across the axis of symmetry. You do not flip across the y-axis. Flip across the axis of symmetry. Una más. We're doing another one tomorrow. ¿Sí?
¿Lo puedo pasar otra vez a hacer? ¿Y allá? No me entiende.
Let's do... Oh, you want to do it again?
No, yo.
All right. X squared minus 2x minus 1. Work this one out without me. It's not time to go yet. And I know. I love you too.
Take a picture.
You're going to write it down.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
No, leave it, man.
All right, are we ready to look at the previous problem? Okay.
What?